कि there's not just one path to mukti. There's not just one path to liberation from this world. Each one of us, we come with different karma, with different accounts, different dukkha, different demerits, different merits when we are born into this world. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to another episode of Sikhan Di Bhagat Mala, where we explore the stories of Gursikhs mentioned by Bhai Gurdas Ji, as told by Shaheed Bhai Mani Singh Ji in their Pothi. So now we are in the second Pauri, still the Sikha of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and today we are exploring the Sakhi of Bhai Bhagta Ohari and Japavansi when they met Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So Bhai Gurdas Ji and Var number 11, Pauri 14, they say, Bhagat jo Bhagta Ohri, Japavansi sev kamave. So Bhai Gurdas Ji speaks about two Gursikhs, two Bhagats from the Ohri and Japavansi family who did seva of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Now one day, Bhai Bhagta Ohari from Japavansi, they come to meet Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And they had this itcha in their mind to have darshan of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So when they came, they matha take and when they met Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they were very pleased, very delighted. Vi manche inna sukhona nu milya. So they asked Guru Nanak Dev Ji this question. They say, Hey Sache Paatshah, they say that the Vedas, to read Vedas, all these scriptures, the Shastras, they say only worthy people can read them. So as we know, back then there are four castes. So the Brahmins, the Khatri, the Vaisya and the Sudra. So basically what happened is, because of this caste system, they have a certain limitation on how they can actually learn Vidya. So Brahmins, they can actually learn Vidya, means the Vedantic Grantha, Shastras, the Vedas. They can read the Vedas, the Shastras, they can write notes, they can learn, and they can teach others as well. Only Brahmins can do that. For Khatri, they cannot write, but they can learn from their teacher and they can read the Grantha. For Vaishnus, they cannot read, they cannot write, they can only listen to the knowledge that's being taught. And Shudras are not allowed to read or write or listen to any of the Gyan of the Vedas. So, Bhai Bhagta Ohari and Japavansi, they say कि सच्चे पातशाह, only Brahmins are worthy of reading the Vedas and teaching the Vedas. And because of the Gyan that they learn, they can actually save themselves from this world because they have that knowledge on what dharam should we follow, what should we do in this world, what should we not do, how do you become one with Vaheguru, what is the qualities of Vaheguru. So they have this Gyan which allows them to be saved from this world and they become liberated. But then Bhai Bhagta Ohari then says कि सच्चे पातशाह, for people like us who are not from the high caste, so first of all, we cannot learn this Vidya. And secondly, even if we do get a chance to learn this Vidya, it's so difficult to understand कि साडे manche vasda nigala. We don't know how to comprehend such a big knowledge because of the language barrier and because we from a very young age would not have learned this knowledge, the basic foundation, to even learn this big Grantha, the Vedas. So how can we be saved? How can people like us who cannot learn great knowledge or who do not have that mentality, that wisdom, that Gyan to learn scriptures, how can we be saved and liberated from this world? Guru Nanak Dev Ji now answers their question. Now Sangha Ji, as we are doing this series, I've realized one thing, कि every Sikh who comes to meet Guru Nanak Dev Ji, their question is the same thing. How can I become a Gursikh? How can I be saved from this world? And people like us, we might think about it, कि ohi sawal, why is it just the same question? But this is our mindset which has changed over time. Sikh who used to come to the Guru, their ardas would be कि सच्चे पातशाह, I'm in this trouble, I want to be saved from this world, I want to become one with Vaheguru. This was their ardas. And they would say, give me a teaching, give me a Sikhya which allows me to become one with Vaheguru. But now as a Sikh, when we go to Guru Sahib and do ardas, our ardasa is things that takes us away from Vaheguru. Ki Sache Paatshah, give me wealth, give me tan daulat, give me fame, make me the most famous person in this world, I want this, I want that. But we forget to ask the greatest thing, which is to become one with Vaheguru. And so what happens is every Sikh who comes to meet Guru Nanak Dev Ji and asks the same question, if you have realized the Sikhya is different for everyone. Some people, Guru Nanak Dev Ji tells them ki you have to do this. Some people, Guru Nanak Dev Ji tells them do this kind of bhakti, do this kind of bhakti, serve the Gursikhs, do Naam Simran. And for some, have these qualities of a Sanmukh. And for some, which is in this case, Tupai Bhakta Ohari, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says ki if you want to be saved, then you must let go, forsake the qualities of a Manmukh. Basically, do not become like a Manmukh. Let go of all those negativity and start serving the Gursikhs. This way, you will be saved and liberated from this world. Now, this was the command, the bachan, the advice given by Guru Nanak Dev Ji to Pai Bhakta Ohari and Japowansi. So, in the previous Sakhi, in the previous story of Pai Kalu Khatri, Guru Nanak Dev Ji tells Pai Kalu Khatri this bachan ki you have to become a Sanmukh. And Pai Kalu Khatri asks, how do I become a Sanmukh? And what is a Sanmukh? So Sanmukh is a Gursikh, someone whose face is towards the Guru, which means that they always do what the Guru says. They do not turn their back against the Guru. Now, in this Sakhi of Pai Bhakta Ohari, Guru Sahib now tells us the other side of the coin. Guru Sahib says, you must not become a Manmukh. So Pai Bhakta Ohari now asks this question, how do I know what the qualities of a Manmukh are? So Pai Bhakta Ohari does benti ki Sache Pacha, can you please explain to us what are the characteristics of a Manmukh? Now, a Manmukh is someone who has their face turned away from Guru Sahib, which means that they do not want to follow what the Guru says. If the Guru says Naam Japo, they say Mani Naam Japna, I want to please the world. If Guru Sahib says let go of certain things, take Amrit, and they say no, I don't want to do that. So Manmukh turns away from the Guru. Now Guru Nanak Dev Ji tells Pai Bhakta Ohari 4 characteristics of a Manmukh which we need to let go of. The first quality of a Manmukh is Irkha. Irkha means to be jealous of other people. So someone who has this quality is a Manmukh, and this Manmukh, what they do is that they cannot see the success of other people, whether it be in the same field or in another field. They cannot see or take the fame that other people get, which is more than them. So this person with this quality, they will start to slander the other people who are more successful, and they will say things like, oh, you don't know these people, I know how they became successful. They use some bad means, or there are certain bad qualities in them. So bad mouthing these people because of jealousy, because of irkha. So someone who has jealousy towards others will never be able to see the world as their friends. So this is the opposite of the qualities of a Sanmukh, which is Mitratai. Mitratai means to see everyone as your friends, which means that if your friend is more successful than you, instead of being jealous, you want to become happy. But a Manmukh cannot become happy seeing other people's success. So they see everyone as their enemies. Now, the second characteristic of a Manmukh is to be egoistic with what they have. So someone who's egoistic, they do not want to share their knowledge or their wisdom or whatever they have with other people who are less fortunate than them. Which means that if, for example, in a classroom setting, if one child A, has a lot of knowledge, can excel in their exams and get 100% in the class, and child B is less knowledgeable, it takes time for the child to understand or get the gyan in their mind, and child B comes to child A and asks, hey, can you help? Can you teach me? Can you give me some tips on how I can succeed as well? And child A, if this child is egoistic, then the child will not want to share the knowledge with child B, but rather laugh at that child and say, Ki, you know nothing, you are a failure, and basically put that child down. So Guru Sahib says that Manmukh has these characteristics of being egoistic and do not want to share their knowledge, their wealth, or anything that they have with other people. But Gurbani says, Guna ka hove vasala, kadwas lai jai. Je gun hovan sajana, mil sanj kari jai. Guru Sahib says that if someone has a basket of virtues, that person enjoys the fragrance, enjoys the virtue as well. But what happens is, Guru Sahib says, Je gun hovan sanjana, mil sanj karijai. But you don't just enjoy that virtues for yourself. Sadhana, you meet your friends and you enjoy, you share your virtues with other people and let them enjoy it as well. Sanj karijai gun hai keri, choda av gun chaliye. So Guru Sahib says, Sanj karijai means share, gun hai keri, share the virtues amongst each other. Don't just keep everything to yourself. Then, chod avgun chaliye. What you do want to let go of is avgun, is all the demerits. So Guru Sahib says ki sanmukh, someone who's sanmukh will share all the virtues and knowledge, but a manmukh person keeps everything to themselves and do not want to share. Now the third characteristics of a manmukh is slandering, nindya karni, or backbiting. What happens is when a second person comes to them to praise about a third person, ki wow, this person does really good kirtan, this person is really smart, this person is, looks very nice and everybody loves them, very soft spoken. What a manmukh will do is, first of all, they will slander and they will judge the person's character. They will feel that they are the best judge of other people's character. So they will say things like, oh no, you don't know this person. They might look like that at the forefront, but at the back, I know how they are. So slandering other people's character. Now what happens is, someone who slanders, they will destroy something good. Something bad is already there, but even something good, they will also destroy that as well. So nothing good is left then. And Guru Sahib says in Gurbani as well, ki ninda pali kise ki nahi, manmukh mugdh karan. So ninda pali kise ki nahi. To do nindya where anybody is not good at all, whether they be good people or bad people, that is not in our hands to judge them or to do their nindya and to judge their character. That is in the hands of the Guru. Let Guru decide that and judge whether their character is good or bad. So ninda pali kise ki nahi. Guru Sahib says no one's nindya is good or bad. Manmukh mugdh karan. But who still does this is manmukh. So specifically Guru Sahib says ki someone who's manmukh will continue to slander people and judge their character. The fourth characteristic of a manmukh is stubbornness. So Guru Sahib says a manmukh, someone who's really stubborn, they will not be able to accept that they are wrong in certain matters. So if someone comes to them and correct them or tries to give a suggestion or a feedback or an advice, then a manmukh person will shut them off and say, you are not right, you do not know anything, you have to listen to me. So someone who's manmukh would always want to prove their point and make people listen to them rather than them listening to the suggestion or advice or feedback of the other people. Now Gurbani says as well, ki man hat karam kamavade nit nit hohe khuar. Man hat karam kamavde. Ki someone who's a manmukh, when they create karam, when they act, do something out of stubborn-mindedness, nit nit hohe kuar. Every moment, nit nit means every time, every day, hohe kuar. They'll always have trouble, they always have problem, and they'll be creating all this negative karam just because of their stubborn-mindedness. So Guru Nanak Dev told Pai Bhakta Ohari and Jabuwansi that if you want to be saved and liberated from this world, you have to let go of these four characteristics that makes a manmukh. So the first one is jealousy, the second one is being egoistic and proud of what you have, the third one is slandering, doing nindya of other people, and the fourth one is stubborn-mindedness. So Guru Sahib says, let go of this, and instead you need to serve the Gursikhs. So serve the Gursikhs how? See them that they are the form of Guru. Gurbani says, Guru Sikh and Sikh Guru hai. Okay, you must see the Gursikhs that they are the form of the Guru and serve them with full heart. So Guru Sahib told Pai Bhakta Ohari and Pai Jabuwansi ki sache dil de naal Gursikhan di seva karo, kirt kamai karo, so earn an honest living, do naam kamai, and Vandake Shako means whatever you have, share it with the Gursikhs as well, and this way you will be saved. So Pai Gurdas Ji says ki they went back home and they kama the bachan means they followed the bachan of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and this was how both Gursikhs were saved from this world. Every time a Gursikh comes to meet Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Sahib has a different message for them on how they can be saved. Now this tells me that there's not just one path to mukti. There's not just one path to liberation from this world. Each one of us, we come with different karma, with different accounts, different dukkha, different demerits, different merits when we are born into this world. And the path for us to become one with Vaheguru is also different. The journey is different, but the destination is the same. And from all this Sakya, we are learning that people come with the same goal to be there at the destination, which is Vaheguru. But Guru Sahib gives us the different path, the different ways that we can attain that. And when we are watching this series, Sangaji, some of us might connect to certain Sakya, some of us might not connect. But it doesn't matter, because whichever Sakya you connect to, that means that that message is for you. That's how we want to then get connected to Guru Sahib and become one with Vaheguru. Through this Sakya, which Guru Sahib tells the 4 characteristics of a Manmukh, it is the opposite of the previous Sakya of Bhai Kalu Khatri, where Guru Sahib tells the characteristics of a Sanmukh. So who is a Gursikh, who is a Gurmukh, and who is a Manmukh? So 4 characteristics each. Now it is for us to judge ourselves, which side do we fall onto, which characteristics do we have and we do not have, which one we need to let go and which one we need to adopt, so we can become one with Vaheguru. So hope you enjoyed this Sakhi. Pula Chokkan Dikhima. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.